Hey, it's James Van Osdell, and this is Car Con Carne, sponsored by SopelSolar.com, S-O-P-E-L, solar.com. Here we are, it's November. You've got about a month and a half left to take advantage of all the tax incentives that exist when you put solar on your home. And the second you get those panels on your home, the second they're installed, you start saving immediately. It costs nothing out of pocket. Go to my friend Brent Sopel, former Chicago Blackhawk. He will help you down the path of going solar and achieving cost certainty. SopelSolar.com.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Osdell.
So as I'm recording this, it's the middle of November, and I can scarcely believe that the holidays are right around the corner. With that, you need gift ideas. If you have a friend, family member, colleague who loves the 90s music scene in Chicago, and I think we all kind of do, I have a great book for you, 90 Days in the 90s. It's literally a trip back to that period. Darby, the main character, is a record store owner, and she takes the gray line back in time to Chicago in the 90s, soaking up all the pop culture, the moments, the music that existed back then. I'd like to go back. You can go back. 90 Days in the 90s. Give it as a gift. Get it signed by Andy Fry by going to 90daysinthe90s.com, or you can order it on Amazon or wherever. Great gift idea, especially for that music fan, especially for that bibliophile on your list. 90 Days in the 90s. And welcome to Car Con Carne. It is such a fall night, isn't it?
It is
such a fall night.
Something else out there.
It's rainy, it's snowy, it's dreary, it's gray, but everything is sunnier and brighter because Nora O'Connor is sitting in the front seat of the car. We're in Evanston. Nora, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We first met years ago. We talked about that as we were waiting inside. You just recently put out your third solo album?
Yeah.
My Heart. A long overdue, some would say, new solo album?
Some might say. I've been busy.
You've been busy, and I guess we could start there. I mean, you're kind of known, modern days, by the company you keep, or have kept.
Right.
The tours you've been on, whether it's with Nico Case, or playing with Decemberists, or Iron and Wine. I mean, Jacob Dylan, you worked with him.
Yeah.
Andrew Bird. I'm sure I'm forgetting like a dozen names. Like, you're the go-to voice.
Yeah, I've got really talented friends.
Kelly Hogan.
Kelly Hogan. Yeah.
Robbie Fulks.
Robbie Fulks. Yes.
The list goes on. But
yeah,
you've been so busy in those orbits that we haven't had enough Nora time.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I just, if I could talk about why now.
Yeah. Why now? That's where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Why now?
Why now? I think it's just something that I've just put on the back burner for a long time. I'm not particularly that motivated to be constantly working and constantly touring and writing and making records. It's a grind. It is a grind, and I kind of love this kind of niche career I've made for myself, which is touring for a little bit, being home, raising the kids, going back on the road. I'm like a stay-at-home mom that tours with really amazing rock bands.
Stay-at-home rock star.
Yeah, I'm a stay-at-home person who sings with rock stars. But I started doing these backyard concerts at the beginning of the pandemic, like this, in the summer when we started like being outside with people 10 feet apart or whatever it was. I started playing these backyard concerts, and I had written a couple of songs and before that, and I started doing them in my set. I mean, I like singing covers. I like singing other people's songs. I like interpreting songs. I think that there's something to that. And but I just had a notion that I want more new original music in my set list. I was really liking playing solo. So, like so many other musicians, I had some time in my hands.
Right.
And so the time felt right to just see what was inside, what is even in here. It's been so long since I wrote songs, and so these songs were from the most recent batch of songs I wrote. Yeah.
Is the Nora O'Connor who wrote those songs, who came up with the songs from my heart, the same person who recorded that first solo album decades ago?
No, God. No, thank goodness. No, she was, bless her heart. Sometimes I think about her and I want to give her a hug. No, that girl, that I put out that record in like 95 or 96 with Michael Cameron from Uncommon Ground, because that's where I was playing back then. He was such he is a huge supporter of local musicians, and he started a label and he put out my first record. But that was, for me, those were the first 10 songs that I wrote, and I just wanted to kind of just put it out, make a record, and just so I can say, okay, this is what I do. But again, I guess this record that I just made, it was the same thing. Like, oh yeah, this is what I do. I make music, so why don't you make a record? So maybe I am. I'm a little smarter.
Well, again, the album is My Heart. That's the new Nora O'Connor record. It's awesome. It's self-described having a 70s AM radio vibe. And when I read about that before I heard the album, I know exactly what that means, because I still have memories driving in the back seat of my parents' car, listening to whatever it was, WLS or whatever the stations were back in the day, playing all those Leo Sayer songs. Yep,
exactly. Yeah, that stuff is in my DNA. It's funny, we're in a car now, but it is the AM radio. Like, I remember just sitting in my driveway in my parents' car listening to the radio, trying not to run the
listening to the
battery
countdown
down.
shows.
Yeah.
And all those songs, they're yacht rock now.
Well, there is a difference between soft rock and yacht rock. There is.
Okay.
And if my friend Liam Davis was here, he would explain it to you. Like, soft rock is like 1978 to 1982. I think yacht rock kind of goes a little further each way.
So what's Little River Band? Where do they fall?
Soft rock.
Soft rock. Really?
I think so.
Reminiscing?
Little River Band, I'm thinking like Lady. The song Lady by Little River Band. That's yeah, it's we can do a whole show on soft rock versus yacht rock.
And we probably should, because I don't know where Night Owls by Little River Band would fall.
There's a heart of the night owl falling.
Here's the thing about Nora. She's such an excellent singer, and she, like I said, she's the go-to. She's the harmony vocal, the melody. We are standing inside Firehouse in Evanston. She can't help herself. There's a guitarist playing, an acoustic guitarist in the corner by the bar. He's playing The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. Nora, just without even, it's like reflex. She starts harmonizing to The Gambler.
I can't help it.
I love that. I mean, you come as advertised.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Singer in the corner doing covers.
I've always been drawn to the harmony. Always, always, always. Like, when I think about those songs, I know all the harmonies for all those dumb songs and good songs, but all of them, no shame. Like, it's just kind of, that's where my ear goes. That's where I want to sing.
So knowing all the people you work with and the people you know, when you put together this album, my assumption is that you could put together a Tiger team. Like, basically, you are Nick Fury assembling the Avengers. You have your pick of whoever you want to work with on the album.
It's true. But I didn't want to do that. I could have had Scott Ligon come in and just play the heck out of the guitar and Hammond organ, I am surrounded by amazing musicians, but I wanted to do all the vocals. I definitely wanted Alex Hall, who played drums, and he co-produced the record, and we recorded at his studio. He was a big part of it. My friend Casey McDonough was a big part of it. So we just hired a couple people. I couldn't help myself. I had to have Scott come in and do a few things, but I wanted it to be mostly me.
The guitar is almost all you, right?
Yeah. Except some of the shredding. That's Scott Ligon and Robbie Gerso, and John Rawhouse, who lives in Phoenix, Arizona. I sent him a song, and he put some pedal steel on it and sent it back magic.
So to talk about some of the songs on the album, My Heart on Pravda, you talked about enjoying playing covers. Only one cover to be found on here.
Yeah.
And it is not exactly a well-known song.
No.
You dug. I mean, you went through the stacks for this one.
I did. I definitely did. Margot Gurrian, It's All Right Now. I just heard about her in the last few years. One of my bandmates, when I was touring with Nico, Carl Newman, who's in the New Pornographers, and he's also touring with me in the Nico Case Band. You know, he is an encyclopedia. I swear, it's a master class when I go on tour with some of these
Those
people.
are good friends and work friends they have, too.
Oh, my God, he's so... I'm just like... I come home so much smarter from tour because everyone is just total... They just know so much. We all kind of teach each other, and we talk about music all the time, obviously. But, you know, he started playing this Margot. He's like, "You've never heard of Margot Gurrian?" I'm like, "No, tell me." And this... There's a song, she's a record called Take a Picture, and then there's another record called 27 Demos, and this song just jumped out. I'm like, these chords are crazy. I have to at least learn how to play this song just for an exercise, and then I just started thinking about, you know, how I would record it to try to. I didn't want to record it exactly the way she did. She's got a string section. We used vibes. But we tried to malt my voice the way her voice is malted, and I just found I really like kind of creepy breakup songs, and this one is one of those songs, and I knew I wanted to cover, and I thought I would do this one to try to turn more people on to her music.
I love it. My Heart is the album. My Heart, the song, lovely song. There's a video that goes along with it. The piano is kind of the star of the song. The
piano is the star. The piano, it was actually up to the piano decided how that song was going to be, because I brought that song into the studio in the morning. It was, you know, I'm like, "Hey guys, here's the chords. I'm playing an acoustic guitar. Me, Casey, and Alex are sitting around, and I'm playing guitar. Casey's playing bass. Alex is playing drums." And I'm like, "Okay, let's lay down let's just press record and see what happens." But as we were walking back to the control booth, I sat down at the piano and started playing, and I was like, "Oh, this is what the song wants to do." So at the end of the day, it was a totally different song, and it was just one of the greatest experiences in the studio, just to have a song just kind of take over, and that's what happened.
I love the song, and it was such a no-brainer to do a video for that.
Yeah, it's a really happy song, and Joey Garfield, who directed the video, he's a really good friend of mine, and I've been wanting to work with him forever, and I finally felt like I had a good enough song that was worthy of Joey's talent behind the camera, and we had a great time shooting that video.
I can describe it, but it won't do it justice. It's a giant heart.
Yeah.
Going through life, taking tennis lessons, or
Yes.
playing tennis. Not very well.
Right.
It's adorable.
It's very cute.
It's a sweet song. It's a sweet video.
Yeah, it's really sweet. We had fun. And we just recruited neighborhood kids. My friend Sophie Noyes played the heart, and she was so down with it. I'm like, "Sophie, you want to, if you're in town," she's a junior in college, and I said, "You want to be in my video? We're going to get a costume. I don't know what it is." And I had no idea what the costume was going to look like until the day.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so we put this big thing.
It's huge. It's a huge, not like
It's
a
in my
heart
basement.
like that. It's
Yeah.
a huge.
It's a heart.
It looks like the organ.
The anatomy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was fun.
So the album starts with, I've got to say, I think it's the coolest song on the album.
Oh.
Soar. It has such
Yeah.
a like late night vibe to that.
Cool. Thank you.
Tell me where that came from.
I'm not exactly sure. You know, that one came pretty fast. When I wrote that song, and I kind of built a little makeshift studio in my basement. My husband is a high school teacher. He was teaching in one room. My one kid was going to school in the other room.
Welcome to COVID.
Exactly. And so I was in the basement, and that one, it came really fast, and I ended up just recording a full demo I did guitars, and I did a solo, and I played drums and bass, and that's the song that I sent to a couple people who I trust their opinion, and I'm like, did I steal this from somebody? Am I onto something? Should I keep going? And I got really good feedback from a couple friends. So that was the song that kind of got me rolling in writing.
Oh, I love it. We talked about 70s AM radio. Tarot card, I think, is, if you're looking for the prime example, that's it.
Yeah. I don't know how that turned out that way. That was another song where, I played acoustic guitar as we were tracking, and we ended up just taking the guitar out altogether. And the way Alex recorded it has that really like kind of 70s compressed sound. And I don't know how that happened. It just did. It just, I knew I wanted Wurlitzer on the record, so I think that kind of keyboard sound just is so warm and 70s. Yeah.
Staying on warm and 70s for a second, am I out of line by saying that Fare Thee Well is kind of like a Fleetwood Mac moment on the album?
I don't know. Is it?
Maybe.
Sure. I mean, I put a Fleetwood Mac song on my last record, so I'm certainly influenced. There's a lot of Fleetwood Mac in my DNA, so I wouldn't doubt it.
And that's a breakup song? A positive breakup song?
I think so. Well, not really. I think that song is. I think that the narrator of the song is kind of realizing that this other person is not as into. It's kind of like a pleading, like one last plea, like let's just. Are you sure you don't want to stay? It's not a desperate, plea, but I think it's a story about one person realizing the other person is, I'm not as into you as you're into me, kind of a song. But
so, My Heart on Pravda, it's out in the universe. You've reestablished yourself as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Not support. You are a solo artist. You are Nora O'Connor. Where do you go with this next? We're at the end of 2022 as we're recording.
Yeah. So I've got, I'm touring with the New Pornographers right now. They're doing some anniversary shows for 2 records from 20 years ago and 15 years ago. Actually, 21 years ago and 16 years ago because they had to reschedule the tour. But Mass Romantic and Twin Cinema, and then I'm doing some touring, playing bass.
Those albums, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Yeah. It's brilliant. So we're doing like the whole whoa, hi. Oh, hello. The whole album, start to finish, which is a really fun thing because you end up doing songs that you never planned on doing live, So I think in the spring I'm going to take my stuff and do I'm booking like living room shows on the East Coast and in the Midwest. Like there's it's kind of a thing. People hosting.
I love the idea.
I love it. I mean, load in at 6, done by like 9:30.
For small groups of people who absolutely hang on every word and note.
Yeah. I'm into it, and I've done a lot of living room shows, and there's kind of a circuit of people that do it. So if I can map it out and make it make sense,
I love it.
I'm going to go do that. I think that'll be fun. Those are always really fun.
And Frank Orrell of Poi Dog took it to the next level by cooking for it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Chef Frank. Yeah.
See, that's he's got the edge on everybody.
Yeah, he really does. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can cook for people, but I probably won't. I'll let them cook for me.
So again, My Heart is the new album. You are Nora O'Connor.
Yes, I am.
Thank you for doing this.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you on the road, solo, in living rooms, with other people, doing what Nora O'Connor does.
Yep. Thanks for having me.